Welcome to this week's edition of GRTV News. We start off in Miami, where Capcom held their annual Captivate event, where they show off their lineup for the upcoming year. A new title that they announced there was Dragon's Dogma, an open-world fantasy game that draws its inspiration from things like Lord of the Rings and Narnia. But it reminds us also of Elder Scrolls and the Dragon Age. But the game has a unique Japanese twist to it, or touch, if you will. You will be fighting huge monsters, as the Hydra seen in the first gameplay clip. And they've also added a guitar solo to the trailer, which is something you perhaps wouldn't find in Dragon Age or the Elder Scrolls. They've revealed 3 classes so far: the Mage, the Fighter, and the Strider, and you will be able to recruit pawns that will help you out in battles and different things in the world. The team for Dragon's Dogma is headed up by Itsuno-san and Kobayashi-san, who have a lot of experience working on the Devil May Cry series. Kobayashi-san also worked on Resident Evil 4, so there's a lot of experience in third-person action in the team. And Dragon's Dogma will be out in 2012 on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. In other news to come out of Captivate, Capcom have announced Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. Now you may be wondering, why would we need another Street Fighter 4? Wasn't Super Street Fighter 4 perfect? Well, they're adding 4 new characters: Oni, Evil Ryu, Jun, and Jang. But they're also adding new ways to watch the best players in the world compete online, so you get to see the best matches available out there and learn their techniques perhaps. So there's a lot in that. For those who already own Super Street Fighter 4, you will be able to buy this as a downloadable content on June 24th. But for those who don't have Super Street Fighter 4, it's a great time to pick it up, as the game will also launch as Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition in stores. Keeping with the Capcom theme of this show, Capcom brought out a lot of news at Captivate, so we can't really avoid it. But Frank West fans will rejoice when they learn that he's back in Dead Rising 2 off the record. A sort of director's cut of Dead Rising 2 that launched last year. This time, instead of the main character Chuck Green, we'll be playing as Frank West, the photographer you know from the first Dead Rising, and he will bring his own unique perspective to the events that happened in Fortune City. It's not a DLC, but rather a full retail release, but as a sort of director's cut, it will be priced accordingly, and we will learn more of this game at E3 this year. Bethesda have announced that a new patch for Fallout New Vegas is coming out very soon. The patch will fix numerous stability issues and bugs, and it will also change the balance of the weapons a little bit. Of course, this patch will come out before the next batch of DLC that we haven't heard much about yet. It's rumored to be called Honest Hearts, and well, we should learn very soon about the next DLC packs for Fallout New Vegas. Maybe the bad times are finally coming to an end for Tiger Woods. The golf star has had a pretty much a disastrous time lately, both on the golf course and in his private life. But at least his game is doing well. The latest game, Tiger Woods PGA Tour Golf 12, the Masters, has, according to EA internal estimates, sold 225,000 copies in the US alone in its first week, which is a new franchise record. So perhaps things are starting to look up for Tiger. That's it for this week's edition of GRTV News. We'll be back next week as always.